Okay, so I think we're up and running on the Undead Labs stream. Yeah, looks like we are. And is anybody in the viewer list yet? Silent Wolf, Lord Fatuz joined me from my stream, which is awesome. And Mon Prince Cyclope is here, of course. Undead Nicole is here, and I'm here. And that's all, everybody so far. Hey there, Undead Nicole. So we're not officially starting yet. I was just making sure that this worked. Oh, hey, we got more people than Twitch is telling me. We got a Flacco 907. Nice to see you. But yeah, we're not officially starting yet because I mostly was just making sure I could stream to the Undead Labs channel. Sometimes, things get messed up and I can't quite do it and I have to spend 10 minutes figuring out what went wrong. So I wanted to start that 10 minutes now, 8 minutes before the show officially starts. So let's see here. I don't have much to say since we're not doing it. Let me make sure that the game actually works. That the challenge fired off like it should. So that comes out, and then I go over here. I can snap things. I can snap achievements. Hey there, Brian.
Hey.
Brian's coming in.
We in the early, before official stream, getting everything ready, making sure it's not wrong phase?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
We're doing that live while talking to chat.
Yes.
Okay, because of course we are.
Of course we are. So okay, so we've got. I'm trying to make sure that the achievement is actually here. Back to School 2016, 20 skill stars in September.
Well, it is now September. Guess you're gonna have to find some low-ranking community members and not die with them a whole lot.
Yeah. So let's. It's not on Snap. Let's just. What do we got? How do we go back to normal now?
Hello, Nicole. Let's see, we have Lord Fortuse, FF. I can't tell if that's Laco or Yako. I'm gonna go with Laco.
I think his name might be Fabian because that's what Undead Nicole called him.
Oh, sure.
So
Fabian, Wardenator, Silent
Garlic
Wolf,
Burp.
Fortuse. Fantastic. What an excellent handle.
Okay, so in the latest version of the Xbox dashboard, oh, here we go. I selected that way.
You found the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we can monitor our stuff here. Okay. So, see, this is us figuring out how to make our game work.
This is what it.
Oh yeah. So I've unlocked Gurubani as always. I've unlocked the Preppers Pack as always, and I guess we should play Breakdown.
I like the way we did this better than the way the new Deus Ex did it, because
yeah.
I didn't know that they did it until I was 12 hours in and randomly hit a button by accident and found a whole inventory.
Oh.
Separate from my inventory, this is a thing they did that I can send to my real inventory, including some limited edition weapons that literally don't exist anywhere else unless you bought the game specially.
You'll have to. We'll have to load that up. You'll have to show me where that is because I haven't found that either. I am wearing a special overcoat, but I don't know if I got that.
I want a special overcoat. How do you get a special overcoat?
I don't know. It has like gold. It was on my hanging on my wall just by my door.
I saw that. I didn't know I could switch to it.
Yeah, I can switch to it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
we gotta do a stream of that at some point. Or I know you did one, but like one.
Oh no. My stream of Deus Ex was a disaster because I couldn't pay any attention to the dialogue, so I didn't know what was going on.
Let's try another one that's like once you're in the middle of Prague, not on a story mission. Because if you could just run around the open world, that totally streams better.
That's true, and then we can play Breach too, which would be
Breach is Breach is much more formatted for this.
So let's play somebody who probably has very few skills, like Jacob Ritter.
Not Gurubani.
Yeah, Gurubani's got too many skills. We want somebody who has got a lot of room for growth.
Yes. Let's see what's going on.
Oh wow, we
in
got all
chat.
kinds of stuff happening.
Bunch of stuff. We got somebody's giving the friend the SOT shirt. Thank you both.
So I went to PAX this Friday and Saturday, and I brought a bunch of PAX State of Decay shirts with me.
Did you just hand them out to anybody who recognized you?
Yeah, the problem is there weren't very many people who recognize. Like I wore a State of Decay 2 shirt, but I'm one person in a crowd. And
I had a couple of guys find us. I had one of the guys who was the board game booth at the very top of the stairs?
Yeah.
So I don't know if those are a publisher of board games or just sales of board games.
Yeah.
One of those guys found me and was like, holy crap, I want to talk to you guys about your game. And he was talking about Dead of Winter, like maybe they had some involvement with it, and so I got to be like, oh man, yeah, we've all played Dead of Winter, and may or may not have used your pieces as prototype components because you kind of made a board game version of State of Decay a little bit in a totally cool, interesting, mechanically relevant way.
So yeah, I did run into Josh Stein and didn't recognize him, which was fun. I felt really bad. He's our community manager on the Microsoft side.
Yep.
And I had seen him. I never met him in person. I had seen him on the stream that he did with Jeff and Brant last week. But in person, he's just it's just different from.
Oh yeah, no, it's a different experience.
Yeah. Here, what are folks saying? So, Undead Nicole, please remind me of anything that I need to talk about on the stream today that I don't know about yet. And
appreciate these things.
Oh, hey, Captain Baker's here. I haven't seen Captain Baker in a while.
Oh yeah, you checked it on our Moonrise streams if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's been a long time. He's been with us for a while.
We appreciate you. Thanks for coming by.
Let me make sure. Let's see here.
It's a little too warm.
So, oh yeah, Nicole, you got a message to me here. So when I tell people about Bowl of Decay, should I send them to our website? Is that where they should be looking?
Does it work well with tortilla chips?
Yes.
What does one do with a bowl of Decay?
That's the worst thing I've thought of today.
You're gonna make that a recipe for like the worst guacamole.
We should.
It totally works.
We should make. Yeah, we should make a dish called Bowl of Decay.
We should do a Bowl of Decay sub-game where we ask our fans to give us the best guacamole recipe for our Bowl of Decay.
We should probably, in State of Decay 2, we should do, basically have it be like, what was it called, Battle Chef? Did you see this at the indie booth?
Overcooked?
No. There's one called Battle Chef, which is you go through like these side-scrolling levels and hunt monsters, and you take them home and cook them in an Iron Chef type competition.
That's awesome! Aw, man, indie games are the best.
I had a lot. I'm planning on mentioning PAX a little bit more during the actual.
I feel like today's a good day for talking about PAX a little bit.
Yeah, since it's just a couple days ago that PAX ended. So the as you can see on the screen here, sort of. Actually, what time is it? It's not quite time to switch over to mainstream mode.
Have any time indicators on the screens at all?
I don't, because the start menu it retracts, and I think there was a reason why I had it that way. I just don't remember what it was.
Over here.
There you go. You can look at your phone. Yeah.
Just like everybody else.
Is that the fancy enormous iPhone?
That is the iPhone 6 Fat. So it is literally. I decided I wanted the largest computer I could put in my pocket, and that I wasn't going to have a problem with it if it was like uncomfortably shaped, because I just wanted a big screen with high resolution and a lot of battery.
So until Brant shows up, I think Brian is going to have to be our #1 talker because and reader of chat. Oh wait, no, Brant's on his way in. Okay, so we got to split up here.
Don't get to hear me talk as much.
Hey, Brant, do you want to sit by me over here? Oh, and Andy's here too. Man, we got all 4 people.
I'll just stand back here and play.
We could do 2 to each camera or something. Or?
Okay, so
uncomfortably.
We need to get ready for the final. So I've got to go get into my final form. Hold on.
I don't want to know what your final form is.
We had a request for my hair to make my hair as vertical as possible. So
you can just get like one of those fans from like a modeling shoot right there.
Hold it up.
I think you might have to hold it up.
Listen,
it just wants to flop over to one side, all uneven now.
If it came from Bitter Mercy, that's not a request. That is a demand.
Yeah, I think that if we want Brant to ever get his puppet brand, I think I need to do what Bitter Mercy says.
Yes.
So
let's see. So we got some questions from chat. So Jeff is a GD. I think that means game designer, and I think that Jeff means you.
Probably.
That's not how you spell it. What do Brian and Brant do? I am also.
Well, actually, before we start, let's start the official stream, and then let's answer that question.
It is that time, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's get this started. So we're gonna switch into
for real stream mode.
I'm trying to remember what I called it. Both cam.
I'm always testing.
Hey,
but we're labeled. No. We want no tag. No.
Testing.
No. Where did I? What's the?
Toffee is for testers.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah. So
Toffee is for testers.
Toffee is for testers.
Is that a code word that gets me into a secret club? What is
there
that?
we go. There we go. No name tags.
It's a Glengarry Glen Ross reference.
Oh man, yeah. You haven't seen Glengarry Gloss.
This is Brant.
So there's Brant. So do we want? Okay, where's Brant gonna sit? Because Brant needs to control this game.
Brant does need to control.
He can actually talk while playing, which is something that most people can't do.
We wanted to like just cram in and do.
We can kind of cram in. Yeah.
Chair over.
No, so Andy is sitting. Andy is sitting in the gap. You were actually standing in the gap where neither camera can see you.
Mind the gap.
That's kind of a no. He's over there.
Now he's there.
I got to sit over here.
Kind of awkward.
I'm gonna fall.
Okay.
What's the challenge?
The challenge is earning 20 skill stars in September. So we're not going to do that this hour. But I did start you off with Jacob Ritter, who has no skills. So you should at least have a
well, you better get out of the car because
with.
that's not going to help anything.
Andy.
This is my reading Twitch chat face.
Don't tell me how to not get stars in this game.
We should collect.
How about sucking eggs? Can I teach you how to suck eggs? Because I don't actually know.
Why is this
even a thing?
No!
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh no!
You meant to hit settings, didn't you, to uninvert the
Meanwhile,
camera?
in Twitch chat, while Brian was stalling.
Okay, so we had a question, which is people wanted to know what everybody does. So people know that I am designer on State of Decay 2. What do you do, Brant? Brant always lies. What do you do?
Stares into the distance.
Jeff described me as the
Jeff Strain, our boss.
Yeah, munitions.
The munitions expert?
Subject
I
matter
wouldn't
expert?
say expert. Just
No, expert.
underscore music.
Munitions. Brant is munitions.
Yeah, munitions, Brant.
He represents the abstract concept.
Brant is an artist. He's an artist on the team.
Shavehead, munitions.
Forgive me for having an aneurysm right now. That's apparently what's happening.
So Brant is an artist. He creates a lot of the props and tools and weapons and things in the game. And so your whole arsenal in State of Decay and in State of Decay 2 is created by Brant. And then Brian
is also a game designer. I tend to... If something needs to be fun and involves more than 10 numbers, I probably had a hand in it.
Yeah, Brian is our spreadsheet expert.
But other stuff too.
But other stuff
me and
too,
Brant
yeah.
are working on a lot of gun stuff together. Though he might want to call himself that, I'll call you our subject matter expert on firearms because you're the guy I ask, and you never seem to not know the answer yet.
I build desks.
And also Brant built half our desks.
He did literally build our desks.
Real life desks.
Yeah, back
actually.
when we were like properly indie, less than 20 people in a tiny sort of floor, not even mediocre office.
So you and I can't say we were less than 20 people because we were like the 25th and 27th.
We are the inheritors of the legacy
hired,
of
yeah.
those
I
who
was
managed to
number 30.
crank this game out with a tiny amount of human beings, which is startling.
So Andy is a designer and also lead writer on the project on State of Decay 2.
he gets to tell us we can't use words, or that we should use different words, or find better words.
I still got you beat because I've held more than 3 titles in this company so far.
Yeah.
Like official titles? Whoa, I'm getting
Oh, yeah.
texts. What's going on?
Oh,
see here.
Brand, you're gonna die.
See, Warblade, some
No
of us
way.
have standing
Oh.
desks.
I don't die in this game. It's only when Jeffrey was playing my character that I would die.
Oh yeah, or anyone.
I think I killed your Garabani once out of spite. No.
Yeah, we all love to play Brant's characters and get them killed. Right now, Brant is playing my characters, and so he has permission to get them killed.
Permission.
Which I can't do. I can't do it. I'm too much of a
You're just too much of a badass.
survival nut. I won't let
It's
them
too good.
die.
It's too good.
So I'm hoping we can at least run around enough to get 1 skill star, so we can demonstrate that. What are Jacob's skills? We should, after you're done searching, we should check it out. See what he can improve in the most. We're just gonna hack that stuff open. Bunch of wrenches.
because
He loves big ass wrenches.
apparently, okay.
He loves the guy with the big ass wrench.
That he likes the guy who likes the big ass wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Guy who has a big ass wrench. Yeah. So what's his character
Oh, okay.
character sheet look like?
Brant, someone wants to ask you about last
Is
Friday.
it? Oh, can we not? There we go. Oh, back. Wait. There we are. Cardio, wits, fight. Okay, so he's got everything sucks, but his shooting is going up fast. His fighting's going up fast.
He's a
so,
daydreamer.
You have literally
He's
no
a
resources
natural
left.
athlete, but his cardio sucks.
For now. For now.
It's terrible.
It's temporary.
Whoa,
Terrible game design.
that was a nice hit. Okay, we're not reading the chat, but now I'm going to start.
Yes.
I would like to say, there's an elephant in the room. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second. There is an elephant in the room that we need to.
We're not that over.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm losing weight.
No, I'm the fat one. But, Mom Prince, based on your, and this is the only time I'm going to mention it. Seek help. Okay. You need to stop parking cars on roofs in our game. That's it.
Unhealthy compulsion.
Yeah.
There's no term for it
You've
yet.
parked on every roof.
They haven't updated the DSM.
You need to stop. And
He's parked
okay.
multiple cars and
On
everything.
That's it.
multiple roofs.
That's it. I'm done.
Okay,
Has he really done every roof?
I'm
Pretty sure.
every kind of roof. I think he's at every type of roof. I don't know.
A very
He's,
reasonable spread of roofs.
just every week he's got a different building that he's showcasing
Yeah.
as his roof
So
of the
when
week.
he parked it on the heretofore inaccessible factory roof, I'm done. I can't take it anymore.
So Flaco is asking if we can make the screamers scary and harder.
No.
So
Talk about that yet.
yeah. Brian's been having a lot of fun thinking about streamers recently, and we can't say anything that he's thought.
Screamers, not streamers. I mean, I guess both.
I think about streamers.
Yeah,
Streamers are sometimes very scary.
I think yes, definitely. So let's see here. Silent Wolf says they just need to build more roofs, obviously. And Goonie's like, don't listen to the Montprance. Don't stop, Brother Montprance, says Flaco. What?
What did you throw,
I
Brant?
threw a
MacGuffin?
No, it was a
I-
noisemaker or something.
I threw a kitchen timer.
I was thinking it was a grenade.
Maybe the
And then
sing-
nothing happened.
maybe
but
the
I can't
sing-
hear the game. So
Maybe
I
the
can't
most
hear it.
useful
Was it a hamster?
timekeeping device ever.
Oh, now you're stuck.
Oh no! Oh no! You got Austin Powers.
Andy, you have little.
We got
faith.
Austin Powers mode.
I have no faith, Brant. It's been weeded out from me like 20 years in the industry.
You got 20 years in, and look at me.
Cot Jockey says.
Dark.
Cot Jockey says confirmed streamers in State of Decay 2. Screamers in State of Decay 2. No changes.
Yep, Cot, you got it.
This is the part where we all stare at each other and then don't say anything because reasons.
Wait, we're supposed to change things?
Oh!
Yeah, I know. I thought just putting.
this
I
got
thought just
a lot
putting a
harder to
two.
make.
Oh, I gotta get back to work.
Just a 2 on the box. I thought that was enough, right?
We can't just like double the poly count and like.
No, Brian, you don't have to work at all if we're not
Yeah,
doing any
I love that you just said to an artist, just double the poly count.
I was waiting. I was in improv. That's adding something.
Oh, I know, yeah, I know. I understand.
Waiting
The-
for Brant to tear me back down.
Yeah, it's okay.
I-
This life has worn me down. I don't even care anymore.
I saw a webcomic recently where there was it was a panel. It was depicting a panel at like a Comic-Con or something like that, where a writer and an artist for a comic book were up there, and somebody asked the writer, what's the advantage of working in comics rather than in other industries? And he says, well, unlike in movies, there's no limitations on the budget. I can say 200 starships just fly in from nowhere, and it costs the same as
one starship.
as just two people talking to each other in a room, and then the artist jumps on him and starts strangling him and says, "I'll kill you."
That's right.
So, yeah, that happened. PAX.
We can have hydrofoils in the next game? That'd be cool. We should have hydrofoils in the next game.
That sounds amazing. Like in
Cod Jockey just posted.
the only time I've ever-
hydrofoils confirmed. Way to go.
the only time I've ever seen the word hydrofoil actually used was in the movie Condor Man.
So hold on. Are those the pont?
That movie is not as good as you remember.
No, I'm sure it isn't. But man, do I remember it well.
Hydrofoils like the two pontoon things with the big fan in the back that go around swamps.
Something
Like they
like
only
that?
seem to show up in movies where things happen in Louisiana swamps.
Yeah, well, Condor Man is different. Condor Man is. You've not seen
Clearly
Condor
I
Man?
haven't seen it.
No.
I've made
Of
that
course
clear.
you haven't.
No.
It's the Phantom of the actor.
Old all the time. It's
The
great.
actor who played the Phantom of the Opera,
already started.
as a comic book writer
Great.
and artist, apparently comic book
Yeah,
maker,
because that's how
That's how that
comic
works.
books
That ever
in
happens.
1981.
Yeah.
who gets roped in to help a friend in the CIA with something and accidentally becomes the only contact that a defecting Russian spy will talk to. And so they're like, oh, we need this spy. We need you to make contact with her again. He's like, okay, but only if you give me all of my superhero gear. And so the CIA...
Okay, so this sounds like it would be a very successful Wes Anderson movie.
So it is. It kind of has a little bit of that... Because it's old, it's got a little bit
I
of...
want it to have that sort of ethereal, not the real world, but you're not sure where
No,
the
it
bounds
doesn't
are.
have that.
No, it's not that, but it does have the sort of the pacing of a 70s, early 80s movie, which kind of does give it a little bit of that vibe. But yeah, so
bad.
I'm sure it's terrible, but I last watched it when I was 10, and so I love it.
That's when I watched it, and I thought it was amazing. And for years after, couldn't find it anywhere. So
Yeah.
I almost convinced myself that I had imagined the movie. The way you do things
Like
in
it
childhood.
literally never happened.
And then within the last year or two, I came across it streaming somewhere. I said, oh, I have to watch this. I barely made it through. It was so it was way worse than Kroll unwatchable.
Oh wow, I haven't even watched Krull yet, so I feel
Oh,
like
boy.
I should see
Don't,
that.
don't rewatch Kroll either.
I saw Krull in the theater. It was magical.
Yes.
I will never see it again.
Exactly, you shouldn't.
No.
So a
It's
blade
a
of meat shield.
wonderful movie when you're 12.
A blade of meat shield says that hydrofoils are like blades under boats. They're like things that
Yeah.
elevate a boat
So
out of the
same
water.
as
Whenever a James Bond villain was in a nice fancy yacht and he needed to get away,
hydrofoil
then the
would be escape
hydrofoils would
field.
drop and it would go.
Because it's a way of decreasing the friction.
drag.
Yeah, it's there's a term. Catamarans are sort of like this, where there's like a couple of pontoons,
Yes.
but I guess it's like just a thinner blade.
All right. I wish.
Nicole agrees with you that we should not watch Krull.
Cool. This entire episode is actually just about hydrofoils. It's
I
so
mean,
strange.
I don't know why people even bother with trying to pick other movies. The only movie you ever have to watch ever
After that's wow.
It's
Where?
Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension.
Are they? They're
Excuse
doing
me,
some
The
kind of.
Adventures of
They're doing some
Buckaroo
kind of
Banzai
reboot of that
across
IP, aren't they?
Well,
Probably.
if by that Buckaroo
I-
Banzai you meant Big Trouble in Little China, then yes.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Which I'm sure they're also rebooting, right? They're rebooting our entire childhood.
Blasphemy.
See, you guys are like forcing
this
me
is
to
the
wear
problem.
my millennial hat and be like,
Yeah.
I don't get these references.
This is the problem. When your generation is in charge, everything is made for your generation. All of a sudden,
357. Man, we
our
started off
generation
with a
is in
terrible
charge,
gun.
and this is why you can't have good things.
It's
I'm
true.
sorry.
No, I had this conversation with my wife where I said, you know what my marker is for when we're in the future? When a politician makes a World of Warcraft joke. When that day happens, I'll be
think-
like, we made it.
I'm
mean,
pretty
granted,
sure.
you
I'm
did
pretty
get a
sure Hillary
Warcraft
Clinton
movie.
already has, probably.
Yeah, but like one that they
but
meant.
awkwardly.
One that they personally experienced that shows
One
a
that wasn't written
deep
by
and-
one of their aides.
One that
yeah.
wasn't written by a 20-something that was
So I went to
advocating 20-somethings.
the reptile zoo in Monroe, Washington, which is amazing, by the way.
It is so good. Do they still have the albino croc?
Yes, my kids were getting right up next to it, and he was like looking at them hungrily. It was amazing.
I would too.
I'm
And
just going to leave two words in the air here. Homicide idea.
oh, there you go. But yeah, we went over there, and I was like looking around, like all of the animals were like named after like Naruto characters, or like some of them were named after My Little Pony characters.
Nice pandering. Excellent
Yeah, it's
pandering.
like, and I talked to one of the people there who. It turns out I had taught Sunday school to her like 15 years ago, but I talked to the kind of the woman in charge of demoing the reptiles to the kids, and she said, yeah, I deliberately do that because a lot of kids come in thinking reptiles are icky, but if they find a reptile named after a character they love, they suddenly love reptiles.
Sure. You know what? That's an excellent understanding of child psychology.
And they had the two-headed turtle in there that they named Pete and Repeat, and. Yes.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
No,
either.
it was
Could
great.
you
I
tell me
love
again?
this place. It was so awesome. And there's a barbecue place that's built into a school bus outside. There's like the dining room is a school bus and the kitchen is a school bus.
I'm not sure if that's
I
like
see some running here, Brant.
we're running the line between like super sketchy and really kitschy.
No, yeah, it looks sketchy when you first get there, but it turns out it's kitschy and awesome.
I was gonna say that could be like a completely awesome hipster thing where you can spend $15 on a barbecue sandwich, or the grungiest barbecue place ever where it's $5 for mystery meat.
It says old school barbecue outside of it, and it's
What, really?
school buses.
Yeah.
No, it's so great.
I get it now.
It's the best.
Extra for iguana barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Puns slowly kill me.
Yeah. So, hey, look! Did we already got one of our skill stars in
Yeah,
something?
yeah. I've been playing the game. I don't know what you guys are
He's
doing.
been-
Oh yeah.
If you would stop driving and just run, you'd
Andy?
crank up the cardio, man.
A Blade of Meat Shield says, "I wouldn't trust a barbecue place near a zoo.
It's just leftovers.
You never quite know what
Blade,
you're
if
gonna
you
get.
haven't lived.
The pulled pork really could be anything.
Pulled from where? Yeah.
Pulled from where? It's yes.
Is that a Long Island
desert
joke?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
desert pork.
We don't have pigs there. No.
Yeah, nothing can live there. What are you talking about?
That's right.
It's
There is no life.
There was no
Uninhabitable.
wildlife for so long that nobody went hunting, and they actually have a deer problem now.
Really?
Yeah, some got
Oh,
in
wow.
from upstate, and there's no hunting culture there whatsoever.
How do you
So they've
cross
just
a
been
bridge as a
multiplying.
deer?
I
Somebody
think-
would
no, they
stop
swim.
you.
In shallow water. I think they'll just walk across or swim.
Oh, there's actually like shallow enough water
there are
between.
parts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or
I didn't know that.
maybe one jumped on a ferry. I have no
If there
idea.
aren't, I mean, late at night, I can imagine.
They-
I'm imagining a bunch of like Far Side deer in sunglasses and overcoats riding the ferry.
Yeah, they got to buy tokens just like everybody else. Nobody rides for free.
I was gonna say tokens. We have Metro cards now. We're not that far behind.
Tokens.
Sorry, everything I've ever learned about New York happened in 70s cop shows.
Times Square got way better.
Somebody asked a question.
My parents told me it used to
Depends
suck.
on your opinion.
No, I
You
the
don't
one
get
time
shot there anymore. That
the
one's
one
pretty
time I
safe.
visited Times Square was before Giuliani cleaned it up. So
So Dunedin
You're
is asking.
from the past.
I am.
Okay.
Dunedin is asking if there's going to be a special Xbox One edition that comes with State of Decay 2.
Jeffrey, go.
And that's the kind of thing we that decisions like that aren't even made at this point. So yeah, we couldn't say one way or the other. But that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I would certainly love to have a State of
Oh
Decay
my
2
gosh.
branded
Yeah, not a
Xbox
real window.
One.
Maybe we can repeat these ideas on other official Twitch
in real
channels and
trouble.
streams where certain people are paying attention and might get those ideas stuck in their brains
you're hurt.
forever.
Oh, this is looking bad.
Only you
Oh,
have the power
it's
to
real
inception.
bad.
He was on fire. I'm not.
That was a great shot of that flaming zombie, though. Holy crap!
barbecue. Speaking of.
Yeah. So Hi Cadet. Hi Cadet just did a shout out. So okay, PAX. PAX just finished. We saw a bunch of cool stuff at PAX. Hi Cadet just brought up the Toe Jam and Earl game, which he was checking out in there.
I can't believe that's happening.
I know.
Adult Swim is buying everybody's childhoods and re-releasing them.
Yeah, I know. But so it's basically original Toe Jam and Earl, updated graphics, new characters, and yeah.
Speaking of references, we don't get.
You don't know Toe Jam and Earl? Toe Jam and Earl.
Because we were born
I do want to say,
yeah.
the Adult Swim guys have completely and perfectly capitalized on their audience and their brand by going from that thing a bunch of people my age spent our entire young lives watching, and then they're just buying games that we were playing at the same time as we watched it, and then re-releasing them as a sudden games publisher out of nowhere. Like, it's this completely surgical, beautiful play. And
yeah.
I really hope they succeed because they keep on making cool stuff. Rick and Morty VR game? Holy
I know that. I didn't get to play that. But
so happy that's happening.
Pretty cool.
I will segue into Hi Cadet was one of the lucky winners who came and had his face scanned.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Hi Cadet actually shaved a 10-year-old beard to
and that was
which was crazy to come in here and and have his face scanned to be in the game.
What's really crazy is he's 12.
So yeah, Warblade. Yeah, when you say by Sega, yeah, we're talking about that original, the Toe Jam, the Sega Genesis game, Toe Jam and Earl.
Yes.
It's coming back to.
Speaking of Genesis games,
what?
Guess what I found yesterday?
What did you find
Sonic
yesterday?
Mania?
I found a Genesis Shadowrun.
Oh, really? Do we have a Genesis here in the office?
We have something that plays Genesis games.
Nice.
Hi Cadet, I'll have you know I was there for Toonami when it was new.
So Greg Johnson, the designer of Toe Jam and Earl, was actually the first game designer that I ever met. Cool. He actually was friends with my dad, came over and hung out at my house when I was a kid, and so
you had like a really unique childhood.
I had a really unique childhood. So he brought the design document for Toe Jam and Earl, which I read like 50 times as a kid.
Do you have a copy?
I had one. I
have
played
this,
one.
Like, totally ridiculous collection of.
Oh, you mean of the design document?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I totally had like a bunch of
Let's
random
all
design
go to
docs for old
Let's all
games
go to your dad's house.
It's go to my storage
What a great
storage
idea.
shed. It might be in there. I don't know. But anyway, so that was kind of what got me started even thinking of game design as being a career was Greg Johnson. So I went and he was hanging out at the Toe Jam and Earl booth, obviously, because it's his game, and I went over and talked to him. And actually, one of the more interesting games that I saw at PAX was called The Long Journey Home, which it's an indie game out of Germany made by Daedalic, and it's basically like a Star Control 2 follow-on.
Really?
So yeah, only Star Control 2 meets The Expanse a little bit because it's got like real physics. Like you have to actually nudge your ship into orbit around a planet.
The actual physics of space
The actual physics of space are happening, which is crazy.
I'm always mixed on that. Like
It's 2D, but it's
some games do it in a way where it feels good, and some games do it in a way where it feels
stars.
realistic, but that means
man.
tedious.
more stars.
Stars and stars.
Eventually, you have to quit away from Jacob and grab somebody else who's less experienced, so
Well,
that
You could probably get everybody up to 3.
If I would have
fast.
started with, a place that let me have more friends.
But here's the thing that
just
here's the thing that really made me like Long Journey Home though. I was talking to this German guy from Dusseldorf who was showing me the game and telling me all about it, and I was like, oh hey, this is like based on Star Control 2 and Starflight, and then I got on my phone of the selfie I'd taken of me and Greg Johnson, the designer of Toe Jam and Earl, who's also the designer of Star Control 2.
Aha, there's the mistake.
And I showed him. I was like, hey look.
This happened.
And this happened, and he looked at the guy and recognized him by sight. It was like, he's here? And they got really excited, and they wanted to go meet Greg Johnson.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, I feel like they really took Star Control 2 seriously if they know Greg Johnson by sight.
Yeah.
And so,
What is this called again?
The Long Journey Home.
Okay, I absolutely need to look into this thing.
Yeah, so that was one of my, like, sort of favorite games to see at the show. One of my daughters, her favorite game at the show was Gang Beasts, because she'd been watching. Have you seen Gang Beasts?
No,
Is
don't
it-
even know anything could
like,
be called that.
They look like they're there's four little multicolored dudes that are just sort of like physicsy, blobby little dudes running around trying to throw each other off things in a little level.
This sounds like a fun 4-player
It's
party game.
so you can like beat each other up forever, and you can knock each other out temporarily, but nobody dies unless you throw them off something.
Smash Brothers rules.
Kind of, yeah. And so so she played that against 3 adults and annihilated them. And so she was really, because she'd been watching people play Gang Beasts on like YouTube forever, and was really like into how it works. And so she just annihilated everybody. So she was proud of that. And then my daughters also dragged me over to play We Sing, which I was like, oh yeah, it's another singing game, whatever. But they got over there and they chose Let It Go, and they're like, Daddy, come and sing with us. And so it was me and my 2 daughters and a third, like a friend, all of us together singing Let It Go. And I was singing Let It Go like I was from like a, heavy metal band or something like that. I was like, no, I was like, let it go, like that. And
So not a deathcore.
So not deathcore. No.
That's just
not heavy metal, probably. More like a little bit more like I don't know, the grunge rock that I grew up with. Anyway, the point is, I was singing like that, and we got a crowd around us, and everybody was like, these 3 sweet little voices, and then me screaming.
I think you became like dad in chief. In that
Were any of you guys here? Was it Wednesday afternoon or Friday afternoon? Somebody's brought their kid in here last week.
Oh my gosh.
That was Jared.
That was Jared's child.
Yeah.
And the middle of the afternoon, it's real quiet in the office. There aren't a lot of people around, and we hear this little kid singing at the top of her lungs, and everybody sort of stops, looks up over their computer. She's got her headphones on. She's watching the movie. And she's singing Let It
not
Go.
even aware of it, just singing.
And it was glorious.
Oh, that is awesome.
And
was
she
glorious.
finished, and everybody started applauding.
Yeah, we
Wow.
we all gave her a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Well,
It was pretty funny.
the We
Like,
Sing
what's
team.
going on?
So the We Sing team that was there was so charmed because my kids, they didn't just sing Let It Go, they also did like they sang Stitches together and a bunch of other stuff. And so they were so charmed by my kids that they actually offered us a free copy of We Sing when it comes out. So we're going to get a free copy of We Sing.
That's fantastic.
Which was great. So they definitely were awesome there,
Because
that team.
that must have been the real people on the team, and
Yeah, it
clearly
was, yeah.
you actually affected them. That's great.
Yeah, it was kind of, that's the thing I love about
Jump.
PAX.
Jump!
Don't jump, God. What?
Specifically,
Hey, just
Andy.
the Indie
Wind
Mega
up.
booth, the 6th floor, and like some of the other places where they've got like the PAX 10 is on display
PAX
somewhere.
Rising now, which
PAX
I guess-
Rising, yeah.
Is that like a runner-up to PAX 10?
I think so. I don't know. It's like PAX Rising is like really, really tiny teams who just normally wouldn't get any kind of attention at all. One of them was like one guy
There was some
making
cool
this game
stuff
called
there,
War Cube.
There were
The-
the other guys that were doing like the 2D indie Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
looked really interesting.
I saw 3 games that matched that description.
What's
One of them was
the-
There's
last
Brawlhalla and there's
What's the game that I brought during left the code out during lunch that everybody said they were going to play? Almost.
Always Sometimes Monsters?
Yes. Always sometimes.
Oh,
Monsters.
yeah, I played.
And then
I saw a little
sometimes
bit of that.
always monsters.
Yes,
Are
the
those-
sequel is sometimes always.
Oh, wow, that's...
And
So in my understanding, this is a game about the incredibly depressing life of being a writer?
I think
So
something like
it's-
that.
the
Yeah.
The first one is about the rise.
And the second
The
one
second
is
one is
the fall.
about the fall.
I thought the first one was about... I heard that game was like so dark, don't play it in a bad mood. I would love that to be wrong.
So Taylor is wondering if I'm going to stream We Sing at any point. Probably not. I don't know. I don't think you really want to hear that. I did record myself singing Stitches with my kids, and I will not share it because I was off key a little bit for part of it, and that was very sad. I couldn't tell because it's a loud room, but. So Mom Prince points out that I did a Periscope after PAX to just go through all of the games, all the game flyers that I had to see everything that I saw. Now I can't remember any of it. That's why I did that Periscope, to remind myself later on of what I actually played while I was there. There's some fun stuff. There's one game called Frog Climbers that it's just a little like you've got these frogs, you can like raise their hands and grab things and then pull their hands down again to make them climb walls.
What are the odds this game is actually Frog Fractions 2?
No, it's not, because I talked to the maker of it. So the guy that was there representing it, they're actually a team of students who they're going to a school on an island off the coast of Sweden.
Is this in real life or is this the plot of the game?
No, this is real. Yeah, This
Okay.
is actually it's like Swedish Hogwarts, basically.
Wow, okay.
These kids are making
Great
this
concept.
game. So and this guy had flown all the way like around the world to us.
Literally.
Yeah, almost all the way around the world to us to show this game. And he's just like a student from Sweden. But it was like, so it's like you're just climbing walls with frogs, and you can grab other frogs by the butt and climb up the other frogs. And so you're like racing other frogs. And
Cool.
that stuff is so much more interesting to me than a lot of like the big
Where it's like
budget
a
stuff you see
realistic
there.
game where a protagonist will defeat thousands of probably ninjas or soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. And this
But
just
you will load from save points when you die.
Solve
To
all
continue
your
the plot.
problems at the end of a gun.
Though I gotta say, there were games that were ironically that way, which was great. There was a game called Strafe, I think, that was like that, and
Is Strafe the one that was like the unapologetically 90s like really fast-paced shooter. With
I think
really,
so.
I think
there were
really
two.
Awesome
there were at least
ads.
2 of those, but they were different from each other.
See, that I can appreciate. It's the stuff that still thinks you can do that seriously. That's
because Vlambeer has one where you actually don't even get to tilt the camera up and down. Like it's like Wolfenstein.
Okay.
And then there was another one at the Devolver booth, I think, that was more 3D-ish.
That's somewhere I needed to spend more time that I didn't have. I would love to see what else Devolver has going.
Yeah, because it's not just the indie booth and PAX Rising and Sixth Floor. It's like Devolver has a whole regular booth, just like they're a normal publisher.
They will be soon. I mean, they're trying to become the go-to guys for. Hi, we're 5 people in a garage. Help us not fail. Yeah, like, they're the ones you talk to.
So okay,
their own mind.
I'm completely ignoring the chat. What am I even doing here? I just once you guys get me off on a subject, like I just want to talk about it for 20 solid minutes.
Do you want to hit what Mom Prance is covering?
So he said the boss of Undead Labs, is that the one you want me to read?
Probably.
That said the State of Decay 2 will be as much fun playing co-op as single player. That's actually so everything we do while we're developing State of Decay 2, it's like we don't just sort of develop something for single player and then later on figure out how to make it co-op like months later. Like everything that we do, like multiplayer was the first thing we implemented, and then everything we implement after that has to work in multiplayer, and so that's sort of we want the game to really natively be a multiplayer game from the ground up, and then also be fun as a single player game.
And for what it's worth, like this is not a trivial or easy thing to do, right? Like this increases the development cost in terms of decision making, complexity, and engineering on every feature by a meaningful amount. To the point where we have to have started in the beginning, or we couldn't have done it.
Yeah, like every single feature, the question is like, well, how much of this is networked? How do we network it? What does every player need to know about what's going on in every other player's machine while this is going on? This is one of those things where it's like,
on each side.
You get those tweets that people make like, adding multiplayer to this game would be easy. All you have to do is...
Okay, the guy who said it takes a week, you're like stabbing every developer in the heart.
Yeah,
like hundreds of man-hours of blood, sweat, and tears
all I'm
going
to say is if you guys know anybody who says something like that, just, give them a little nudge saying...
Just teach them.
It doesn't work that way.
Try to help them understand, because it's so far from the truth.
It doesn't work that way.
We're all better off if the people playing these games have something more of an understanding of what goes into them and can appreciate the time it takes to do a good job with huge stuff like that.
So Captain C. Baker asked, will we see Trumbull Valley in State of Decay 2?
Hold on, stop the show.
What?
Captain's in here?
Yeah, Captain Baker's been here, this whole time.
Oh, you got to tell me when Captain Baker's here.
Captain Baker's here, Brant.
Captain Baker's great to see you, buddy. It's great to see everybody. Captain Baker's been with us since before we were a company, so...
So we can't say anything about maps, content, that sort of thing, because we just haven't made a lot of it yet. So we're not making any promises about exactly where we're going to go. I will say that the vibe of the game, we're trying to keep it very much the same. We're trying to, this sense that you have of this being kind of that small town vibe, nostalgic vibe. We're definitely going for that. But as far as specific geography goes, there's nothing really I can say.
All the content I've been writing is moon-based.
Crap, we have to start all over again.
Can we have space whales?
And now it makes
Final
sense.
Fantasy reference.
Okay, so High Cadet says, I should look at his question. To see Haunted Halloween 85 on the 6th floor. And then made a game in 2016 that's like on an NES cartridge. No, I did not see that.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I tried to see everything on the 6th floor and I just couldn't get to it all.
So there was a lot there.
I'm so tired.
Let's see here.
There was
Not too tired to dodge.
The big map says, I hope State of Decay 2 releases at the beginning of next year. I would say... I am hoping that we get as much time as possible. So somewhere between the two of those, there's a tension created there.
Yeah.
The answer will probably be somewhere in between.
Depends on what you mean by beginning.
Yeah. How flexible are you with the definition
Which
of beginning?
calendar are you using?
We're talking fiscal year,
Gregorian?
calendar year,
Yeah, the Jewish calendar.
lunar.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's having a bad day.
No, he had a bad day. His bad day ended.
Let's see here.
It's a nice little slow-mo dodge.
That's my favorite move right there.
I never did the push into wall.
Like that?
Yeah, that works. I wish I knew more about that.
So Captain Baker says, thanks for the semi-answer. That is the most answer you get from us on most
We
things
would
right
love
now.
to do different things, but we're doing the best we can for you with what we have.
Yeah, no, that we definitely, I mean, even if like, we were in complete, obviously we have a publisher, they have a whole PR team. There's rules about, how you manage that relationship and how you, what you talk about, what you don't. But even if we didn't have the rules, we've all been around the block enough that like we really don't want to talk about something until we're sure it's real.
Actually,
we want to give you guys solid answers that you
since
can
it's
rely
Captain
on.
Baker, just pick a feature and I promise we'll get it in the game.
Brant, I love you. I will murder you.
Captain knows the truth. He's been around
There
long
is no
enough.
spoon.
Let's see here. So yeah, Haunted Halloween 85 is on Steam. That's cool. Hi Cadet. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I've got. I didn't see that one somehow. I tried really hard. What?
I didn't tell you guys what I found yesterday.
Oh God, what's this?
No, I am now the owner of an original box copy with instructions of the Genesis Shadowrun game.
You did tell us that. Wait, you didn't tell
You
us that
said
part
half
of it though.
of the things in that.
You said you found one. You didn't say that you had a box and instructions and everything.
I know. I like to keep things mysterious.
I got a Headlander T-shirt at PAX.
I love the concept of that game.
Yeah, no, I played Headlander for like
your
5
truck is
sessions of my
twitching.
stream.
I got a Touch Anywhere to
careful there.
Begin t-shirt.
Well, I think you're playing GTA now. Is I
Might wanna
think I've seen that truck animation
Yeah.
before.
Hey, who's getting health now? Oh, it's the truck.
No, it's just dancing. It's doing the truck dance.
Hey,
It's where
buddy.
tires pop
I
in and
just-
out of the ground.
What are you doing
Oh,
here?
our game has no bugs.
Yeah, fine. I'll help hunt the bloated guy while my truck is.
It's just
indecisive.
It
It's
doesn't know if it wants to be
exercising.
parked or not.
It's got a really, really heavy
A
idol.
Blade of Meat Shield says, "I'll help the millennial with the murder."
What? Ablative?
He calls
Okay.
you the millennial, and you threaten to murder
I
him.
only barely
Yeah.
qualify.
Yeah.
Like, it's
know,
really I'm avatar of here.
Well, I think you technically are. I mean, according to like anyone, I really don't care about these official generational
I
divides.
actually don't know what
but
the year is where that began.
I think the year is actually. I think it might be 1980, but it's like close enough to my birthday that like when someone describes a Gen Xer, I'm like, oh, that's me, and when they describe a millennial, I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm like, it's just all people.
Millennials
I
related to
think
that,
it's-
'cause they'd be all
some people-
35.
Some people use it to mean anybody born after 80.
I
Some
think
people
it
use
qualifies as anybody whose parents didn't let them go outside by themselves.
Well, okay, I was allowed outside by myself. I had to stay within the like.
My mom just hated dirt.
Condo
She didn't want to have to
complex?
deal with like wiping me down whenever I got outside, did adventuring.
Yeah.
No sandbox, public litter box.
A Blade of Meat Shield says that Shadowrun is hands down his favorite game system, his favorite like
Whoa.
RPG system.
There's a bloater.
I didn't know they even knew how to jump into Windows. They got smarter.
Oh. Whoa, go back and play SOD1. Our zombies are getting smarter.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that they suddenly decided to.
Some really impressive AI that we programmed.
Yeah,
in
we
the
wanted it
background.
to
It actually
to be.
it knows Brant is playing. It's the only reason to do that.
That's true.
So
Now, there's plenty of features in there that are nuanced. I remember you were the one who told me that we actually can get guns to jam in here because I just every time any weapon
Yeah.
I had got to yellow, I just put it in the bank forever.
Yeah.
Let it get fixed.
Nature finds a way.
let's see here. A Blade of Meat Shield says millennials are from 18 to 34.
That's a pretty broad range.
And the Dudadane says,
That's
wait,
a
Jeff is
generation.
younger than I am? What? Wow.
Totally ruined somebody's worldview a little bit.
Well, so I'm just trying to decide. Okay, so that means that I seem
means like you look
I
as old
seem
as I
older. So does that mean I seem older in a mature, respectable sort of way, or in like a decrepit, dying sort of way?
do. Whoa, hey there.
Whatever
I mean, you know,
whatever want.
not like
there might be
not
somewhere
like
in
Brant,
between those two.
decrepit dying, like different.
No, Brant is literally a
decrepit
lich,
dying.
actually. If we take his
Oh,
phylactery
come
away.
on.
No, there's this little thing on his desk.
I am
If we
a
break it, he'll just
well-fed
turn
lich.
into
I thought
dust.
it was pronounced lick. It's not lick.
Oh, come on.
Brant is a lick.
Don't even say that. A Blade of Meat Shield will never let it go.
See, that's pretty dad joke even for you.
A Blade of Meat Shield says, no, you just look older. Yeah, so I'll get some. I'm getting
It's
some
the hair, yeah.
tiny bit
The
of
hair-
yeah.
the
The
hair
hair
looks
really
older.
really ages me. It makes me look mature.
Yep.
You know what? Ablative, just because you're so nice to everybody, I'm gonna put you in timeout.
So did everyone just do like an age, sex, location check? Like everyone's saying their ages.
Oh God, it's suddenly a chat room from the 90s.
Don't do it.
Bail, 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 bail.
Montprince says he's 39. Ablative is 38. Big Map is 24.
Jeffrey.
Big Map's winning.
This is maybe we should all collectively disincentivize this
Yeah.
as a general. Remember, kids, don't talk about your real life on the internet because the internet is weird.
None of them are kids. They're all fine.
Yeah, but this is gonna get like. Or can you see Twitch chat in historical rewatchings?
I think you can.
You
yeah.
can.
I think it's an
if you
option
if
somewhere.
you set it up.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not messing with anybody.
Just trying to be responsible. You gotta
Let's see here.
Yeah, for a fact,
run.
nobody should say their age because I know for a fact Ablative owns a white panel van. Just saying.
Yuck. Okay.
that he uses for work to transport goods from warehouse
Pianos.
to warehouse.
Pianos.
Yes. favorite
Upright pianos.
murder weapon of Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, zombie. Oh, that's my neighbor Larry.
It was.
I borrowed his barbecue, and now I
I'll
don't
never
ever have
get
to
it
give it back.
So Flaco said something very nice about us that I won't repeat because it's littered with curse words. But thank you so much for saying that. Basically, yeah, he is essentially acknowledging us for talking straight with players of our game, telling them what's going on, and explaining it. Even when we can't talk about something, we try to explain why we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
and
we'd rather be human beings about the stuff to the limit of our ability to do so.
yeah. So I appreciate you saying that because it makes us feel really good. We try really hard to reach out there and connect with you guys and be honest and straightforward and we can't talk about everything all the time, but we like to try. And so if you appreciate it, then that makes us feel really good. So thank you.
Tell your friends, check out the stream, support us so we can. No, seriously, right? Like this is.
Yeah, these guys. I don't think we need to tell these guys to support us. The guys who are in the stream with us today are the ones who've been supporting us like crazy.
Years on.
We're paying the favor back, right? Like you guys are here, you're listening to us, you're asking us questions. Like I might even think that you care. It seems like you care, right? And
Yeah.
our ability to give back to that is to just be human about it. To tell you what we're doing.
I'm
as
pretty
best we
sure
can.
almost everyone here in the
We have apparently 31 viewers right now.
34 is right
Four
there.
on. Oh, I'm looking at.
everyone who's
Somewhere,
actually
different
watching
widgets.
has probably sold multiple copies of our game for us already, except Sonya. Has done nothing.
By the way, so speaking of Sonya
Our
and
first
Nicole,
line of defense. Yeah.
the Bowl of Decay competition that goes on in our community periodically is going on right now. You need to, if you're interested in like winning T-shirts and things like that, head over to our website. It's all explained there. I don't actually understand it very well, but Nicole does, and Nicole can explain it to you.
Make teams, and then Nicole has them fight.
Yeah, something like that.
Somebody wins.
You choose a team, your team might win, and then you get a prize, and it's pretty cool. And so you should go check it out.
Prizes are great.
Yeah, High Cadet has definitely shown his dedication with the shaving of his pet. That used to be-
removal of the face squirrel.
The removal of the face squirrel that was on his head. Stealthy says about 25 copies is about how many they've
Nice.
sold to their friends, which is
Thanks
amazing.
For letting
Thank you.
us keep making this game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
really what it is.
It truly, in all seriousness, it's truly people like you guys who told your friends or bought copies for your friends and made them play it that is the reason why we're in existence today.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking. State
It's
of
a
Decay
symbiotic
2.
relationship.
State of Decay 2 is getting a little bit more, attention. It'll probably, get a little bit more marketing help, but there wouldn't even be a State of Decay 2 if it wasn't for you guys, because State of Decay 1 got almost no marketing help
Yeah, so
and
I was
almost
gonna
no
say,
promotion.
That doesn't make these
And-
guys less important, right?
That much,
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It means that you guys are,
whatever that
this
number
whole
is.
cascading snowball of State of Decay started with you guys supporting the game at the outset.
Yeah, I will say shifting over from working on a pretty big brand in the smaller arena of tabletop games to working
Checkers?
on computer games. Yeah, Checkers. It's a big brand. in tabletop.
I'm just guessing.
It was really interesting because all of a sudden, even though I'm working on games that are selling way more copies in an absolute sense, you're still a tiny drop in the bucket. I mean,
Yep.
we sold
Yeah.
a couple million plus copies of State of Decay and expansions and such. And still, that means the average gamer has never played it and probably never heard of it, just because
Right.
there's so many more millions of people out there.
It was also a
Yeah.
download-only title for a long time.
Right.
And
Which-
so there was a large amount of people that just didn't ever check in the online store on the 360, to my understanding.
and
Yeah.
we're closer to.
Are we up there now?
But compared to the giant brands.
Oh yeah, the
in
$1
this
billion
room.
in one
Yeah.
day.
So
Yeah. Wow.
it makes it all the cooler when I'm wearing a State of Decay 2 T-shirt and traveling. When the TSA guy, security goes, "Oh sweet, you must be really looking forward to that game," thinking I'm a player of the game, and he's just sharing his love for the game with me, which made it even cooler.
Yeah, but for us, it has to be
Particularly
this
'cause-
like, holy crap, you know what this is.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
did it make your TSA visit any smoother?
It was actually very smooth.
Okay.
The travel was very smooth. Yeah. It was,
what you're saying is
mine-
wear the
coming
shirt.
through LA.
Mine never are, especially when they recognize who I am.
Yeah, yeah. LAX. It turns out the last couple times I've come through on Friday nights, coming back from recording sessions, has been super smooth. Like
How have those gone, by the way? The
Very
recording
well.
sessions.
Very well. Yeah, we're getting great Got some great
What
actors.
does that say in front of that box there, Brant? You want to take a... What is it?
Oh, everybody knows this.
Everybody knows
this
this.
is Dantron's Cage
Industries?
from the old days of the forum. Dantron.
So you're saying people who engage with us in our community
I even put a coin
occasionally,
up,
and with no guarantees, may or may not find themselves represented in some fashion.
I put a little coin-operated opener
Oh,
there
really?
too.
That's like an old payphone on the top.
Yeah, and then that was a note from one of the other first forum members, Suburban Freak.
Nice.
Looks like there's a horde coming in.
Yeah, well, I can just run away.
I feel like Brant is
What if
pretty
you
good
couldn't?
at dealing with hordes.
So it occurs to me that I'm pretty sure we're not actually getting any game audio right now. But we're talking enough. It's probably fine.
Chat,
Hey.
can you hear us?
Yeah, no, you can hear. No, they can hear us.
That's all that matters.
I don't think they can hear the game.
They
but
don't need to.
We
They
wanna
don't-
ask?
They've heard all these sound
You
effects
found
before.
an RV.
So, by the way, Ablative Meat Shield says that he sold the game to 10 or 15 lies. Dunedain
Lies.
says 6 or 7 coworkers.
Lies.
There's a lot of people who've been helping us out, which is amazing.
Everyone gets a banana sticker.
Ablative lied. Ablative was given it by his grandma. I know
You might want to
this.
scrape that. That was
I'm
a
going
lot.
to.
I've
Oh.
never seen that many on the side of one car at one time.
Okay, so my attempts to make everything work before we started the stream seem to have gone poorly.
Yeah.
Alas.
Someday when we're a big studio and we have our own dedicated Twitch room, people.
This is about as close to having a dedicated Twitch room as we can. The audio team doesn't use this room all that much.
This is the dedicated room with
What
sound.
is this? I mean, what is this really? We should just move all the audio stuff out on the lawn. Those guys.
When we're big enough to have a lawn.
Those guys.
I don't think we'll ever get that big.
They don't deserve this. This should be the dedicated Twitch room.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do.
I like giving those guys good tools. They make crazy stuff.
I'm gonna have to do some exploring of our audio situation later on. Not right now.
Speaking of audio, I mean, if we fixed it, that's all they'd hear. I mean, who listens to this game anyways?
Some of us, Brant. Some of us in the deep dark corners of our mind like
No,
to
I hope.
Brent's just hoping that Kevin
Listen.
Patzel is listening.
I hope Kevin's listening.
trying to get his face as red and fuming as possible.
What
so
I
he
don't
storms in
hope
here
is
and proves
Kevin's
us wrong.
listening and now he's walking over here.
Like a crowbar in hand. Alright, so we're like 30-ish%. Oh, literally 30%. I didn't realize it was it.
Oh, I'm
Actually,
not.
sorry for that.
I'm not. Andy's upset with me because I'm not.
You're making
He's not
reasonable
even
progress.
trying.
I'm not even trying.
It's not even.
So, Lord Fortis, we're not wealthy enough to have an audio team. We have good enough priorities to have an audio team.
Yes.
There you go.
Because I did talk to a guy when I was over at the indie booth, whatever,
I think
looking
like
at.
percentage-wise, we actually have a large audio representation.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
like
like
2
two.
in 60.
2 out of 60 is pretty
That's
good.
a lot for a game studio. It's usually like,
Yeah.
like 2 per 3 or 400 was my understanding.
There's this guy who's running. I talked to this guy who's running an audio contracting studio where they basically there's like he had 12 different games out on the floor.
Wow.
Basically, because just a lot of indie games.
Yeah, they'll go through like the same couple of small shops.
Yeah, to do all their
Yeah,
audio.
I guess that's the thing, right? Like the fact that we even have anybody full-time on audio means we care to a degree that we want somebody embedded with the team having conversations at the early phases, and
Yeah.
that we're not just making an asset list and farming it out to some out-of-shop team.
Yeah,
Not that they would
I
do
always
bad work, but
I
it's
always
like,
love when
gateway
like
is different.
the other day when I was playing Pan on my stream, there's this moment where you go up and you wake up this bird. And the bird chases you around or tries to stop you from stealing its eggs. But whenever the bird is awake, the entire soundtrack changes to this dorky bird soundtrack. And
Somebody make that a GIF. Please.
yeah,
Please make that a GIF. Post it on the forum. So I will
no,
personally
you
thank
can't because there's no such thing as a GIF.
Oh,
But
burn!
Peanut butter is perfectly fine.
anyway, but the thing that was great was,
GIF.
yeah, I think that
How's
there
that
were
rash, Brian?
there were only two developers I think who worked on that game. One of them made the entire game, and the other one made the audio. But it's like you could tell that they really took the audio seriously. And I'm always like charmed by small games that. Whoa.
I still see
There we
moving
go.
on another
That
screen,
take
yeah.
that take the audio seriously and make it important for the game because like
Yeah,
if it
you
had
use
been
it
an
differently,
afterthart,
right?
you wouldn't have had this whole like crazy character of this bird.
Like if
who,
you have somebody
know,
embedded who's thinking about things from the perspective of, well, all right, well, how does audio help this experience? They'll usually give you ideas about how to incorporate it in ways that make the game richer
Yeah.
that you wouldn't have thought of if you weren't deeply immersed in it.
I say we have cut entire beloved features from the game because we couldn't figure out how to do the audio right, or we needed more time than we had to do the audio right.
Right.
And so a lot of those they didn't really get cut; they got pushed to a back burner.
Yeah,
Maybe
make
we'll
sure
do
you
them later.
write in and let audio know how happy you are with that too. Blame it on. I'm just saying. Don't blame Kevin Patzel.
Yeah. Whenever there's a feature that didn't get into the game you think should be there, it's probably because Kevin Patzel decided that the audio wasn't good enough. Yeah, no, exactly.
Probably because
bold
Kevin
words, Jeffrey. I wish you a lot of luck driving home tonight.
I'm just feeling sassy today.
Yeah.
That's.
I was gonna say the attention to detail those guys put in is staggering even to me.
No.
So, by the way,
decimals
our
on
entire community team was also going after you for your pronunciation of GIF.
Just so you know, just to
That's
set
cool.
the record
I'll be
straight.
the villain we need, not the one we deserve.
Just to set the record straight, Kevin Patzel, the man I've been making fun of
and
this
Jordan,
whole time.
the other audio person.
No, I like Jordan.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Kevin was out the other morning at 3 a.m. walking through a park, recording dry underbrush footsteps. That's the kind of dedication he has.
I thought you were going to say he was recording mugger attacks or something like that.
No, but
Like
close.
he's just sitting there 30 feet away watching it
he
happen.
said there
Like,
was-
no, let me hear you enunciate.
He said there was some creepy dude in there that he turned off his headlamp and slowly crept by.
Which one of those guys do you think looked creepier to an onlooker? The guy slowly walking through a park or the one recording him?
recording his own footsteps.
Yeah. You know, the other day when I walked by the tweaker who was pulling all of his hair out on the side of the road, yeah, it's just man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of situations you're like, oh, that is a really interesting.
That's the thing that's happening right now.
That's the thing that's happening right now, and I'm almost like, should I? I don't know. Never mind. I don't know what to say about that. But it's like,
There's
I'm going to end this conversation because there's no way for me to take this that isn't just terrible.
I'll take it somewhere. Kevin Patzel looks like a tweaker, is what.
Are we just
Jeffrey-
is this whole stream just going to be turning into like Kevin is the butt of all the jokes?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, a blade of meat shield needs a break.
We're losing our audience, so
I need to work with him on a regular basis. It's not
Andy said this. I just want everyone to know that, Kevin.
That's exactly what happened.
Andy said.
Just start appending that to the front of all your
Yep.
sentences.
Or just.
But the other day I was like walking. I took my when my kids came with me to PAX, I brought them back here to the office to sort of chill between PAX and the Adult Swim Toe Jam and Earl party that we went to. But they came back here, and so on the way back here, they got to walk through Occidental Square, and I got to explain to them, okay, that's what it looks like when someone is on drugs, and that's when you walk. It's on the other side of the sidewalk, and my kids. It was great because my kids were like, man, I never want to be on drugs,
And you're like, did it.
job done.
Can we seriously?
parenting check.
We need to do a best hits of just Jeffrey's random parenting tips on the Twitch streams into a big supercut of like modern nerd parenting.
There you go.
Coming soon to never mind.
Okay, what time is it? I'm sick of
1:48.
you people. I want to go and work.
Time for
No.
me to go.
I like making video games.
It's it's 1:48. We got 12 minutes. So yeah. So in 12 minutes we are going to be done, and I'm going to run back to my desk and prepare a presentation on our current milestone that I need to give in an hour.
I was about to get the word redacted really
You
loudly.
got like 11 minutes left to ask all the questions that we can't answer.
Yes, exactly. If you guys want to be evaded, you have another 10 minutes to have your
you're
questions
really
Ask us
evaded.
questions about anything other than stated.
We'll be pushing
If you're
the B
really
button
lucky, well,
really
look at
hard.
what you said, look at each other, and then not say anything.
Hey, I've got a question that maybe somebody can answer. So I finally got around to watching the last third of Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation this
Yes.
weekend because
It's on like Amazon right now, isn't it? Or Hulu or something?
Can anybody tell me what the bad guy's actual plot was? Because as best I can tell, it was assemble a team of super evil agents, and that was it.
Question mark, profit.
I actually don't even remember what happened in that movie.
Yeah, no,
I
came away with I came away with some positive impressions of that movie, but they were mostly about other things unrelated to the plot. It was mostly things like
action scenes were cool.
I loved the fact that there was zero romance between the male and female leads.
that was
they were just
fine.
professional, just partners.
I made the mistake of watching Going Clear, the documentary about Scientology before watching that, so I've kind of.
That's a fascinating
I gotta-
documentary that we won't go into great detail
Nope.
here.
Because we don't want to be
anywhere else.
sued.
But
Yeah.
you should watch it because it's fascinating. But yeah, like I at the
No,
end
no,
of
no
Rogue
spo-
Nation, I'm like, lots
Don't spoil it for Nicole. By the way, Nicole hasn't
Lots
seen
of
it yet.
people really like this movie, and I can get why you enjoy it because there's some really great stunts and action scenes, and Simon Pegg is great to have as a regular part of the cast. He's a nice sort of palate cleanser away from the real uber seriousness of Tom Cruise's character and all the other characters. But I can't actually figure out what the movie was about.
So, let me share an experience with you.
Nice.
I think it was like Christmas break a couple of years back. I was at home with my brothers and my dad, and we're almost never all in the same place at the same time anymore. We're growing up; that's hard to do. And we had this desire to just sort of have a shared experience together. And I think we watched Oblivion on the grounds of, you want to go see a movie where Tom Cruise is in some sci-fi and gets beat up a lot? And the answer was yes. And that is enough information for some people to be like, this is a pleasant experience. And we went to a matinee showing. We were 4 out of 6 people in the room, and we basically did our own peanut gallery the entire time. And it was great. So there's definitely an experience you can carve out of that style of movie that is not dependent on story structure.
Right. It's. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it surprised me that clearly somebody went to a lot of trouble to craft the story because it's a labyrinthine set of plots and things that go on. And at the end, you go, wait a minute, why?
Well, I think that's one of the problems that I see in just modern movie plotting in general is the fact that there's this pattern where people. So many modern action movies or modern, thrillers and stuff like that are all about obfuscation. It's all about trying to uncover the plot. And every little while you have to have a new revelation. Oh no, this person is a bad guy. You didn't think they were. Or oh no, this was going on under the surface.
They were evil the whole time.
You're working for the wrong
side.
They
weren't evil the whole time.
Yeah, it's like
they were less evil than you thought the whole time.
And if you spend your entire time revealing the plot, so at the very end, finally you know what's going on. I think that's actually worse than knowing very early what the problem is and then struggling against that problem the entire time.
I mean, I don't know where you're going to get your tension from.
Because if you're going to trying to construct a plot that can be revealed slowly like that over time and then come together with a linchpin at the end. That plot has to be really complicated. That situation with the bad guys has to be overly complicated.
You're making it really hard to do a good job of delivering on it.
Of just having the actual to make the basic thing make enough sense. It's just hard when you're trying to reveal it that way. If you just want to reveal it all up front, like, hey, so and so is a jerk and he's trying to do this and we have to stop him, and it's that simple. Then you can tell a really interesting story about that struggle,
or like about the characters alongside this, right? It's really like what. God, there's so many different ways to use plot that you can see these days in both good and bad examples.
Yeah.
So, did anyone on the forum of the question?
I've lost track of that. Let's see here.
Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation.
I think folks are talking about a lot of other stuff. They're just talking amongst themselves now, basically.
Brand, is that the Clio grenade?
Cot Jockey lives on Meth Mountain.
That was the incendiary shotgun, the Revo 6 shotgun.
That's what it was. Okay.
Lord Fortiz is just here to further his aquaponics agenda. By the way, Lord Fortiz wants you to look up aquaponics.
Is that related to perhaps hydroponics?
It is. Apparently, it's some specific version of hydroponics.
It's the leveled up version where it's a closed system with fish involved. So then you also
this is like the I actually know about this. Yeah, this is like the closed ecosystem concept where something goes in, fish process it, and then the things that the fish excrete are eaten by some algal thing there, which in turn releases a gas and blah blah ecosystem blah. I will continue Googling this. Thank you for the idea.
By the way, so Lord Fortiz, a while back, you suggested that. I said, oh yeah, hey, I'll go talk to Brian about that and see what he thinks.
Doing it. There you go.
This was the fulfillment of that promise. It was me telling Brian right now.
Who's
So Red Monkey is like, did I drop into a philosophy session? What's going on?
When you're lucky, that'll happen on this trip. Who's the one who had the aquaponics?
When you're lucky.
That was Lord Fortiz.
Lord Fortiz?
It's up there.
Fortiz. Okay.
Hey, that's just French. That's all that is.
I don't actually know how to. This is just me.
We have 2 people with French names in here.
I'm the embarrassing one here. I'm not saying they are. I'm admitting to my own ignorance about how to pronounce basic French concept.
There we go. Goonie says it's a philosophy session based on Rogue Nation, but nobody has an answer. Honestly, like, I don't remember the story. Like, I remember, I remember key elements of it that were philosophically important to me, but I don't remember what happened.
That was one of 2 observations. Oh, a double bloater, nice. That was on 2 observations I made about the movie as it was drawing to a close. The other one being what percentage of viewers of this film
you got hit.
have ever seen a Mission Impossible story?
Hold on. We might watch Brant die. I don't know if you can do it.
Double
farrel,
double everything.
Whoa. Wow,
double bloater. Are we going to see the... Can we come out on this? It's 155, not quite.
Yeah. It's close.
How many people...
All your friends are dead!
Watching that movie were even alive to watch a Mission Impossible story in which the elite agents were not rogues. Because every single Mission Impossible movie
that's true
has been
cast out by the government, forced to operate in secrecy.
That's not what the
Tom
show
Cruise
was.
is
yeah,
doing this again.
They were continuously, yeah, it's
The
like
show was they were agents of the Impossible Missions Force, and they'd go on missions and do things and come back and
now their missions are too impossible to do with government sanctioned.
Can we just not do that anymore?
I think the interesting plot would have been following every time they got reinstated after.
Yeah, I want to see the House of Cards episode about what happens right after Mission Impossible.
All the wheeling and dealing they have to do to get back in the graces.
I want to see Kevin Spacey defending Tom Cruise's actions in court.
Because no offense, right?
In shows, TV show versions, none of this is real.
I think I would cancel that particular program too after what they've been through. Like, clearly none of these people can actually be trusted.
Well, things they keep actually saving the world.
Well,
they just do it in this really flashy.
Every time they hire a leader, that leader just turns into a jerk.
Yeah.
It's like step one, we're going to stop hiring leaders because they keep becoming villains.
I gotta say though, Rogue Nation did a good job for me of not having the person that I assumed would probably be the villain be a villain.
Spoilers?
But you don't know who I assumed would be a villain.
Tom Cruise.
But anyway, they did a good job of that. I was assuming, oh, this is inevitable, and it was not inevitable.
Also, why is Ving Rhames not in cool movies anymore?
He is. He's in Mission Impossible movies.
Right, but like,
but yeah, that's
it. Used to be a thing. He's still doing work, but it's in way smaller stuff. So like, it just sort of makes me wonder. Like, is he like to that point of semi-retirement where he just does stuff? He's like, oh, that
sounds fun
for a friend or is fun. Like, if so, more power to him. But I
makes me want to look him up on IMDb.
He's got a long list of credits in the last 10 years.
So slightly more on topic. Dunedin is asking if anybody can
movies he made about 95 for.
Do we know anybody in-house who's played Breakdown at level 99? Like, maybe Fogey?
I mean, I think Fogey, the new 99 is probably just Fogey and Abby, probably.
So there's some weirdness.
So a couple of us, probably, Dunedin.
With the levels.
Do go on.
The multiplier, the bonus multiplier, goes up when you get to, like, level 15, and then goes down when you get to level 20.
What?
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Well, we need
to fix that then.
Something like that. I don't know the exact specific. Cot Jockey probably knows that.
I think we can't volunteer to fix things necessarily on the stream.
I know.
No, we're not fixing anything because the only build machine left is sitting under my desk and I'm guarding it.
We're merely expressing desires here. None of this is anything left. Anything more than that.
What we have to do is not have that problem in State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
There we go. I like that plan.
So, okay, so folks are starting to thank us for streaming because they know we're about to wrap up.
Don't thank us. Let us thank you.
We got a winky face from Stealthy.
That's kind of a thing.
Says, someone go give Fogey a big kiss on the cheek for me. You get to choose what cheek.
Nope.
Done.
Gonna pass on that one.
All of them.
Pass the ball to Brent.
Brent, yeah.
Brent. There.
Yeah.
There. Okay, that way.
The High Cadet says, I found out what Freddie Prinze Jr. is doing now. Says he's streaming Black Ops 3 here on Twitch right now.
We got the weirdest version of the universe, guys.
Is he still married to Buffy? That's the big question.
What?
Yeah,
he married Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That in hindsight, that's apparent.
He married the actress to play Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, I thought he had married for real Buffy and then brought her back to this reality through the
listen,
portal.
When I found out she got married, my life aspirations, I actually decided that was the plan.
That was like plan A.
To marry her and, be eye candy and...
Ving Rhames is actually in a lot of movies. It's just a lot of them are smaller time movies.
I feel like when you get to a certain level of
it's not judgment.
Industry respect.
I'm curious.
So you might go more indie because that's what you want.
He's in one called Mafia, one called Armed Response, one called Percentage,
right,
one called
if
Operator.
You're in the movie, Ving Rhames is a great get.
One called Bastards.
Right?
Fantastic.
He's going to be the biggest name in your movie.
Yeah.
And there are actors whose careers go that way.
Yep.
Whether by choice or not.
Is it because of his range?
Yeah.
He plays the dude he played in...
What would be the most awkward way we could possibly go out today?
I think we should just go like this.
I'm not really sure what it is we could do that's different. Yeah. Follow through. It's all the follow. Perfect. You got to follow through on the swing. You don't want to cut yourself short.
Outstanding.
Oh wait, no, we're not off actually.
Oh.
That's even more awkward because I hit the wrong button. Oh, that's great. No, I accidentally turned on my stream instead of turning off the Undead